Welcome back to T-News 9, your go-to channel for the latest chapters from your favorite novels. Today, we're diving deep into the electrifying world of My Wife is a Gangster with Chapter 14, The Final Alliance. Let's get right into it. Power isn't something you just take. It's something that must be acknowledged. The meeting was set for dawn. There were strict rules. No weapons allowed on the table, no voices raised in anger. This was a gathering of leaders, old rivals, and former enemies. These were the men who had once doubted her capabilities, who had questioned her every move. Yet, as she entered the room, they all stood. That simple gesture spoke volumes, echoing a respect that had been hard-earned. She chose not to sit at the head of the table. She didn't need that kind of formal display of power. Her presence alone was enough. The other leaders spoke first, outlining their terms for peace, discussing borders and establishing new rules of engagement. She listened patiently, absorbing every word, every nuance. When they were finished, it was her turn. "There will be no more private wars," she stated, her voice calm but firm. "No more games played behind my back." She didn't have to shout to be heard. The authority in her tone was undeniable. Still, one man showed a flicker of hesitation. "You ask for our trust," he said, his voice laced with concern. "But power like yours, it frightens people." She met his gaze without flinching. "Good," she replied coolly. "Fear keeps promises." A heavy silence fell over the room. The weight of her words settled in. Then, one by one, each leader bowed their head. It wasn't a bow to her family name or her lineage. It was a bow to her and her alone. The ultimate acknowledgement of her reign. Later, I watched her from a distance as she stepped outside the hall. For a brief moment, she stood alone, the immense weight of her new reality settling onto her shoulders. I cautiously approached her. "You won," I said, trying to offer some comfort, but she just shook her head slowly. "No," she answered quietly, her gaze distant. "I became." That was the day everything changed. Alliances were signed, long-standing wars were finally brought to an end, and the lines of power were redrawn across the entire underworld. A new truth had been accepted, one that could no longer be ignored or denied. She wasn't just fighting for the throne anymore. She was now the very center of it.